In today's video, I'm going to show you the basics of how to use Solar Fire and its features. Solar Fire is astrology software mainly used by professionals, although you do not need to be a professional astrologer to buy Solar Fire. Do I think Solar Fire is worth purchasing? Yes, it has so many features and there are so many different things that you can do to it. The possibilities are actually endless. In today's video, I'm going to show you some of the different ways that you can actually use it. So firstly, I'm going to show you how to select the displayed points that you would like to see in your chart. Every different person has different points that they prefer to see in natal charts when they read charts, and you can customize your Solar Fire to show the specific points that you like to see, which I find to be an amazing feature. To do this, you want to go to the chart options and then you want to click on displayed points. A window will appear with a whole bunch of options. So you basically can select one of these options and then you can customize these options to your liking. I usually just select the standard one, which is this one, which is already selected over here by default, and then I go edit, and then you will see all the different points being showed here. Here are the selected points. So these are the points that are already being displayed in the natal chart, and these are the unselected points. Now, if you want to add a unselected point to the selected points, you just double click on it and it will pop over there. If you want to take a selected point off of your selected points list and add it back to the unselected points list, you just double click on it. So this is my list of points that I prefer to work with, so I'm just going to leave it like this. But that is basically how you just go about selecting the displayed points for your chart. Before you get started working in your Solar Fire, it's very important to do this because every chart that you are going to generate is going to show you these particular display points that you have selected. Once you're done selecting your displayed points, you just click Save and then you just click Select. Next up, I'm going to show you how you can select your chart preferences. To edit your preferences, you click on Preferences and then Edit Settings. A window will appear and you will then be able to customize it to your liking. Under Preferences, you'll be able to choose if you want to use the true node or the mean node. You'll be able to choose if you want the true apogee or the mean apogee of the black moon, which void of course method you prefer. And there's also an option to customize the glyphs to your liking. So for example, if you prefer this symbol of Pluto as opposed to this symbol of Pluto, then you can go and customize here. So preferences are basically where you select how you read your charts. Do you read tropical charts? Do you read sidereal charts? Do you read draconic charts? How would you like your houses to be set up? Where do you want your default chart to show up when you enter Solar Fire? There are many different options to customize your preferences, but this is basically just where you go to fine-tune how you basically read your charts. So now I'm going to show you how you can generate a natal chart. To generate a natal chart, you can click on this button right over here, or you can go to Charts and New. You then put in the chart name. You put in the date, which I'm just going to put in a random date for now, and a random time, but obviously make sure that you put in your date and time. To look up a place, you click on place, you type in the name of the city and you click on look up. You will then get all the different options for that city. I am in Cape Town, South Africa, so I will select Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, cool. So then you basically just make sure that all your settings are in order. If you're calculating for a male or a female, you can select male or female. If it is for a particular day or a particular event, or you're trying to calculate a horary chart, you can go ahead and do that. For now, I'm just going to select female. The house system I like to use is the Placidus house system. However, you can go here and select any house system that you prefer. The whole signs house system is also here as an option if you prefer to read whole signs. You can select your zodiac type and you can also select your coordinate system, which is geocentric or heliocentric. The difference between geocentric and heliocentric is. Geocentric uses Earth as the center, whereas heliocentric uses the sun as the center. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and calculate this chart. And there you go, you have a natal chart. To see your natal chart zoomed in, you can just double click on this area over here, and your natal chart will pop out and you can look at it in a large size. Now, if you'd like to save this natal chart in your library, you then click on Save, and you can select in which folder you would like to save. I'm going to save this file in my clients folder, so I'm just going to go ahead and select my clients folder. And there you go, now you have a natal chart saved. Now I'm going to show you how you can view the different types of reports in SolarFire. To create a progressed chart, you click on this button over here, which says Progress or Direct Charts. A window will then appear which displays the charts that you have selected in your menu. You then click on the chart that you want to progress, which in my case is the female natal chart I just entered, and you select the date and the time that you would like to progress the chart to. So let's say I'd like to progress this female natal chart, which was for the 2nd of February 1996 to the 30th of June 2021. So I've got the natal chart selected, I've got secondary progressed selected, and I just click Apply. And there is my natal chart. If you'd like to calculate the transits, you also then just select the transits and you go Apply. In this window, you will then have your progressed natal charts. To create a solar return chart, you will click on this button here, which says Return or Ingress Charts. You will then select the natal chart that you generated, and you will select the day of the solar return, which is obviously the birthday. I'm going to make this the 2nd of February 2022 in order to make this an accurate solar return chart for this specific birthday. I'm then going to choose the location where the person is located, which in this case, I'm just going to leave it as Cape Town. I double check it's selected the natal chart, not the progress chart. I double check that I've got my return type selected accurately, and I go Apply, and I click OK. So I double click here, and here I have my solar return chart generated. In SolarFire, you can also combine charts. So I'm just going to open a random person's chart. Let me see. Let's go with Sure. So here I've got Shure's chart, and I also have the original female natal chart that I put here. In order to figure out which chart type you have here, just look at the chart type. It will show you exactly. So here I selected my female natal chart. Here you can see I have my progressed natal chart. These are the solar returns. I don't really know why there's two, but anyway, there's the solar return. And here is my other female natal chart. Now, in order to combine my two female natal charts, I will click on this button here, which says Combine Charts. I will then select my two natal charts, which is Sure and the natal chart I applied earlier, and I will choose the chart type to generate. Once I've done this, I will click Apply and I will click OK. Now you can see it's generated a composite chart for the two charts that I selected. Now I'm going to show you how you can view the different aspects within the natal chart. So I'm going to select the female natal chart that I generated earlier, and then I'm going to click on Reports. Once you've clicked on Reports, a window will pop up. This window will basically show you all the information and details that you need about your chart type. It will show you your chart points, your sign modalities, your sign elements. It will show you the rulerships. It will give you a comprehensive list of all your aspects. It will even give you a detailed analysis of your aspect patterns within the chart, which is pretty cool as well. It will show you the orb tightness between these aspects, which can also show you how intense these aspects will be or not. It also shows you your sensitive points in your charts. And my favorite thing to look at is the Arabic parts. It even gives you a detailed breakdown of your Arabic parts in your chart. Another quick way you can also view the reports of a chart is this shortcut over here that says View Reports, and it will get you back to this window that shows you all the reports of the aspects within the natal charts. If you'd like to do a quick toggle between tropical and sidereal, you can just click on this button over here, which toggles between the tropical and the sidereal zodiac. If you'd like to do a quick toggle between the geocentric and heliocentric charts, then you can just click on this button here, which toggles between the geocentric and the heliocentric charts. If you would like to find particular aspects within your natal charts that you have saved in your library, you can click on this button over here that says Search for Charts. You'll then get a window that pops up. In this window, you can select the criteria for which aspects you want to be searched. I'm going to delete this one over here, and I'm going to add a brand new criteria of Venus in Virgo. I will then add this criteria to my list of search conditions. I will then select the folder of charts that I have saved that I want it to be searched in. In my case, I'm just going to use all chart files in user data folder, which basically means that it will search every single chart that I have in my library. If you want a specific folder to be searched, you just click on selected chart files and you click add, and then you can then choose the chart file that you want it to be searched from. In my case, like I said, I'm just going to use all chart files in user data folder. Make sure that my search condition is there, and I just click search. It then does a search where it finds all the charts that has Venus in Virgo, and it will list all of them there, and you can select any of these charts if you'd like. So let's say, for example, I'd like to look at Neil Armstrong's chart because he has his Venus in Virgo. I will double click on his chart and then double click on his chart here, generate his charts, and there I will see Neil Armstrong's Venus in Virgo. This is really, really cool if you'd like to observe different patterns in behaviors of people when you are looking at particular aspects in charts, because this way you'd be able to see which people all have this particular aspect. If you would like to do an eclipse search, which is basically a search where you look for all the dates when there are lunar and solar eclipses, you click on this button over here, which says Eclipse Search. A window will then appear and you can then select your date range. I'm going to use the 1st of January 2021 until the 31st of December 2025, and I want to search to see on which days there will be solar and lunar eclipses between this time period. I will then click search, and here I have my list of all my solar and lunar eclipses between this specified time period. If you want to do an electional search, which is basically when you want to figure out which dates a particular planet will be in a particular sign. In order to do an electional search, which is a search where you determine which dates a particular planet will be in a particular sign, you click on this button here that says Search for Time using Astrological Criteria. You don't necessarily only have to search for a particular planet in a sign. You can also search for when Jupiter might possibly be in aspect to another planet. So Jupiter in aspect with Pluto, for example. For now, I'm just going to show you how you can search when a particular planet is in a particular sign. So you open this window. I'm going to make my search conditions for Jupiter in the sign of Scorpio. So I want to see which dates between the year 2000 and 2050 Jupiter is going to be in Scorpio. I then add my search criteria to the list of search conditions and I click search. A window will then appear that will show you all the dates that Jupiter will enter Scorpio and leave Scorpio from the year 2000 till the year 2050. To view an astrological clock, you click on this button here, which says View Astrological Clock. It will then pop up a window that looks like this. You can then animate this particular chart to your preference. To animate this chart, you click on Animation. You then select your date, make sure that your date is right, that your location is right. Then you can choose the steps for the animation. I would like each animation step to be a consecutive day in this particular chart in order to show exactly how the sun moves into a different degree each day, and also to show how the moon changes signs every 2 to 3 days. You can also select your animation speed here. You can make it slower or faster. I'm going to make mine just slightly slower because otherwise it's just going to go too fast to keep up with. So now I want to animate this chart so that each separate animation shows each consecutive day, and I will click the play button. Here you can see the movements of the sun each day and how it changes a degree each sign. You can also view the movements of the moon and where it will be each day. In order to stop it, you click on stop, and you can customize it again if you'd like. Maybe you'd like to animate your chart to show you what each month is going to look like. Then you can select step by months, and then you can click play again. Then it will basically animate the chart for each month. And then last but not least, in order to view your transits to your natal planet, you will click on this button over here that says View Calendar. Once you click on View Calendar, a window will appear that will show you all your transits for the month. You can also customize this to your liking to show you your transits for the upcoming week, or to even just show you your transits for today. I like to look at my daily transits as it shows me exactly which minor or major transits I will be experiencing on any given day, and then I can also just hover over it and it will give me a quick little description of what I can experience from that transit. Okay, so that is it for the basics of how to use Solar Fire. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see some more astrology and spirituality content. Check out the link to my Patreon if you'd like to support this channel. I don't put any ads on my videos, and the only way for me to keep this channel running is through your support. On my Patreon, I offer monthly readings, direct communication, horoscope readings, merchandise, as well as exclusive content and much more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.